I've always wanted to help people when I was younger, and this was a nice little introduction.
I know that you met Quentin Tarantino.
So one of the things I was invited to was the GQ Man of the Year Awards. I have to say they're probably one of the most prettiest women in the world, but they've got a very nice heart. They're very caring, I've noticed, and they're very helpful.
Welcome back to TEL, where we are all about travel, education, and lifestyle. Today we have we have a really special guest. So I prepared a really special introduction for that guest. So here is it. Today I have the honor of speaking with someone truly inspiring. He's not just a senior at the medical faculty here in NoviSad, but also a role model of ambition and focus. His dedication to health and fitness complements his academic excellence, and here's the kicker. He was part of the team that was discovering the COVID-19 vaccine. That's something really cool. It's an absolute privilege to have him here and to share his journey, insights about how to become a perfect medical student. Welcome, Syed, to our podcast.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
How was my introduction?
I think I'm not that special, but I really appreciate it.
Come on, man, you're really special.
I appreciate the
work. I have met people studying in medical university, but everybody follow that same pattern. But you're the only one guy I saw, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's doing something different. He's doing it differently. That's what you inspire me a lot.
Okay, I'm glad that I can do that, and I'm just doing my thing, and if I can help others, in medicine, I first came into medicine. I've always wanted to do it from a young age because I've always wanted to help people, and I hope that the way I do things, and even if one person gets inspired, that'll make me very happy.
Tell us about why did you choose Serbia to study medicine?
Yes, so first of all, I heard of Serbia from one of my friends. He has a few friends that came here, and I was just looking into various ways to continue my studies. So first, I'm from UK, so I started my education there before moving to Serbia and NoviSad in particular, because as I mentioned, one of my friends had very good reviews of the place. So I thought this would be great to continue, and I have to say it's one of the best decisions I made, actually.
Even I was in Ukraine, Lviv.
Yeah.
So I think it's like the same situation, but I was not interested in studying medicine that time. Like my parents wanted me to study, so they just wanted me to continue study. So I came here, started studying in NoviSad. I was going to niche.
Yes. I heard that, yes.
Yeah. Then, I don't know, suddenly the plans changed and I came to NoviSad, and it really changed me as a medical student because I started enjoying learning.
Yes, and the education is quite the style of teaching is different. We have more patient interaction. That's what I like about NoviSad as well.
Yeah,
we get a lot of interaction with patients, and the teachers, they know what they're talking about. The English is perfect, obviously, for us, and it's been fun, and I agree. Yes.
Yeah. Lectures are more interactive. Once we went to a radiology lecture, and the lecture, he was walking up to us, he was talking, he was
you can't be asleep. Sometimes I'm napping and oh crap, I gotta talk.
Because lectures are the most comfortable place to sleep, I think.
I mean, you guys probably agree, right? Yeah. Never have I ever not felt what could I do to sleep? Damn.
It's the best place to sleep, I think.
But it's the funniest when you see people asleep. I remember one class for ENT, one of my friends was just had the whole bench to himself, and he was asleep. I wouldn't be surprised if people heard him yawning. I was snoring. I was in one side of the hall, and everyone could just see him chilling. And obviously the doctor couldn't see because she was in the bottom, and he was just up here. So and I was jealous because I had to wake up early for that as well.
There is one my best friend. He's studying in China.
Damn,
Now he graduated, so I can talk about this. So what he used to do is like he used to like take pillow and hold the mattress and stuff in his bag, and he used to lay down behind the lecture, and he used to sleep there.
Might as well
Really?
just stay home, bro. Sure.
What?
He should just stayed at home.
No, like for the attendance, he came, he gave the
Yeah,
attendance, then he's like
attendance, yeah.
sleeping there, like
You should always listen to the teachers,
Yes.
not just for attendance.
Yes.
We actually go because we want to learn, not because we have to get the attendance.
You have to listen to all the minute details and get into your head and use it.
You can't forget anything.
Yeah.
And it's important to go to lectures because it refreshes your memory and you learn new
And
things.
if you didn't go to lectures and at the end of the semester you can cry and you can whine about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
So listen to us.
I have a question like how do you manage your academic life and your personal life?
Yeah, I believe that both academic and personal life is very important because obviously if you are successful in your academic life, your personal life in general should be much more easy in the future. So I always like to plan how I do things. So obviously we have a schedule of our lectures and our practicals, and currently in the 6th year we have a lot of lectures, so it's a bit hectic, but it's because later on we have the practical classes, so we'll be finishing with our theoretical knowledge and then we'll be more practical classes to get into our actual careers as doctors. So I like to plan. I think planning is very important, and my mom always says to make sure if you want to do something, you should do it as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Do not delay it, because sometimes it's happened to me many times in the past where I've said yes, I'll do it, but then I forget, and then it later bites me. So
Yeah,
planning is important.
I have heard about the 2-minute rule.
Oh, what's that?
It's like it's not just we can use it for everything related to our life. It's like if you know that you can do that thing in 2 minutes, just do it right away. Don't.
Oh, that's a good rule. I might have to look into that actually. Yeah.
So like things won't pile up.
Yeah, because it happens. You say, yeah, I'm gonna do that later, and then like you said, just piles up. And there's been stuff I could literally just look online or just write something. It'd take less than 2 minutes, and then I'm later on like, I wish I just did that.
I think it's that's this piling up of things.
Yeah.
I think it's because of this weird time we are living in, because of the social media and everything. We do a lot of procrastination, I think.
I think with social media, bro, like especially with TikTok and stuff. I see there's one time I was on social media and I just couldn't get my hand off my phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I need to cut this off, because my brain knew that I was wasting time, but my hands just couldn't stop. And social media's been
How did you stop it?
I don't know. The brain's like very it does its magic. That's it's the thing. I don't know how I did it. I got conscious and I was like, okay, let me delete this. Okay. And then I just sat on my bed. I was like, took a deep breath, and I was like, okay, I can't be like this. And then I just, decided to schedule the way I go about social media, because it's a lot of time pass. There is a lot to learn on. You can learn a lot, and in fact, people make careers out of like using social media. But there are a lot of bad things about social media, so it's important to manage time.
Social media wants you to get distracted.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe initially it was nice because obviously inventions are like, wow. But then obviously people will take advantage, and obviously it's about making money, a lot of things.
Social media is like a knife.
Yeah.
You can cut a fruit with it.
Yes.
And kill a person.
Exactly. It depends how you want to use it.
You should know how we are using it.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good analogy. Yes.
This is a little bit serious question, okay? Okay. And because now what you're gonna answer is gonna open eyes for many students. Okay. Because when I was 18, I wish I really listened to someone who knew things.
Yes, of course. Same in that position.
I was in a confused state. I didn't know what to do. So like my question is, what's the one piece of advice that you would give to any person or any student trying to pursue medicine?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. What would I say? Well, as medical students, we are in a very privileged position because I know it's like being a medical student is a goal for many people around the world. And we have to be grateful that we are lucky to be in this position. So we have to take advantage of this, and do our best because doctors are very important for the functioning of society. And all those kids that dream to be doctors, you can set your mark and then, maybe inspire them. And like I said, a lot of people, for whatever reason, want to be a medical student, but obviously there might be issues like financial issues or whatever, war, for example. And we just have to take it with advantage and do our best to live up to that.
Yes, definitely. Where do you see yourself in 10 years in this medical field?
Oh, it's like an interview question,
Yeah. Like I want to know, like
No,
what's your
of
plan?
course, yeah. Depending on what job I do, I have like different answers. So.
Like, are you gonna specialize? Which one is gonna?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just saying because I've done many interviews for jobs and I've had to like say stuff, So in terms of medicine, this is like what I actually think. I'll probably say in the next 10 years, I do like research. So research is one of those things that I like to go into because I've been involved in a lot of research before. And one of the things I like, it's quite hard because every time I go into a new subject, I'm more interested. Because previously I was a fan of infectious diseases. I wanted to go into infectious diseases. Then last year I did a lot of pediatrics work and surgery. So I was like, okay, maybe pediatrician or maybe a surgeon would be quite good. And this year I've done ENT, and ENT, like ear, nose and throat, is really interesting as well. So I can't say, but I have an idea what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully use my experiences and help go to other countries and use my like experiences and skills to help people.
Which country do you want to settle?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I could go back to the UK, but I know this sounds a bit weird, but not weird, but it's not an orthodox position.
Mm-hmm.
I want to like challenge myself, so I want to go to like another country.
Maybe UAE?
The Middle East is potentially one of my end goals, of course. But maybe I'm looking at countries like Germany, Switzerland, Italy. But there's obviously a lot of factors that go into that. Language is obviously a big factor.
I prefer Dubai because like after 10 years, because obviously I'll have a family and I want my kids to be safe and stuff like that. But I don't know, like I don't like the weather there.
It's too hot, bro.
Yeah.
Like my family, like obviously you as well. Like we're my parents are originally from Bangladesh,
Yeah.
and that gets hot.
Yeah.
But even like for me, I can't handle the heat. I'm used to the cold. I actually like the cold, believe it or not. I guess I'm used to it.
Yeah.
But 42 degrees, not having a winter is a bit crazy.
Like what I like about being in Serbia is like you can go out during the noon time and like you can in India and Abu Dhabi, Dubai, you cannot go outside.
Yeah.
Like you just have to run from your car to your apartment, or you just have to run.
Yeah, the heat. I just don't like being sweaty.
Yeah.
So you have a shower, you come out like
But the money you make there, worth everything. Like then you'll forget about the sweat and everything. You're like, oh, it's okay.
But I feel like from what I think, obviously people from hot countries know better, but I think once you get used to it, you can sort of accept it. And if it's helpful in your like,
bro, when you're getting money, everything is okay.
Yeah, money's good.
Yeah. Like, but somewhere in my mind, I have this thing like, I have to marry a Balkan wife and have kids, have a house with a farmhouse with the horses
nice,
and stuff like that.
The farmhouses are nice.
Yeah.
That's also one of my goals in the future. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, the future can wait. but you should have an idea.
Yeah, I'm still working on my plan. Like I started enjoying medicine, but like I don't know like what I'm gonna specialize or
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about it. Like I want to be like a lifestyle kind of a doctor,
Yeah.
not like I want to be a doctor out of the system.
Yeah. I
Like
understand. Yeah.
uh,
They're like with the medical degree, you don't. I know you don't have to be in the hospital. You can use your skills in a variety of things, like social media, as we were talking about. You can also use it in non-academic fields.
yeah,
And I know people can use medical, like to work for companies and law and stuff like that. So you can use your knowledge and experiences you learned and just apply it to what you want to do.
I don't want to be a doctor just prescribing medicines to people
Mm-hmm.
because like that's a way, but like we know like it's like a shortcut.
Yeah.
Like if your liver is fucked, then your kidney is fucked, or something is fucked.
Yeah.
And like your medicine, it has side effects, and
Yeah.
something goes shit up there. Something you're trying to fix that, then something will go up here.
Yeah.
And like basically, the solution to every disease is like to have a proper lifestyle.
I think so. Like, that's why you see always healthy people. They rarely have issues. But if you're and it's normally the unhealthy people, they have issues later on in the future or when like in the present. So
like I feel like if I want to do it, I want to do it in the right way.
yeah.
And like the right way is to spread awareness to people, to like,
Change their habits.
change
Yeah,
their
yeah, I agree.
habits, like make a routine. That's what this is all about.
Yes, exactly.
You
Yeah.
know why I started TEL.
Oh yes.
We already talked about this, like you being part of the COVID-19 vaccination team. How was your experience working with like those people, like scientists?
Yeah. So yeah, it was quite a tough time for everyone. Obviously, with the lockdowns happening and stuff like that. For me, they became part of my family because I would go to work because there's nothing to do. You can't meet your friends. You can't go to the gym. You can't go to whatever because everything was closed. Only the shops were open, and in certain periods of during that period, you couldn't go at certain times anywhere. So yeah, the team became part of my family. I was the youngest on the team actually, and you see these guys day in day out. You get to know them more. It was quite a difficult experience for everyone, but because I was with, since they were my family basically, I enjoyed working with them, and obviously the goal was to help as many people. And later on, obviously after the vaccine was getting rolled out, hearing about all those people that survived, that we prevented prevented the deaths, was very inspiring. And the experience was good because the team, people don't realize, but it's not just the scientists and the doctors that are on the team. It includes the admin staff, the financial staff, and the volunteers. With clinical trials, it's very difficult to get people. That's why it takes a long time for them to get new medicines out and new drugs out, because obviously you need the people. But the experience was very nice, and it kept me sane, because obviously if you're stuck at home, it's tough to, as everyone knows, I don't need to say, but because I'd see these guys day in day out, it made everything much more easier, and we all had a common goal to help as many people as much as possible and get the hell out of the lockdowns, because obviously the lockdowns was draining on everyone.
So what was your part in it? What were you?
Yeah, so I was with the scientists. So in general, to summarize, basically, the patients would come in, and these are the patients that were injected with the vaccine, and part of what I was involved in was looking at the antibody response. So this involves things such as the levels of antibodies in the blood, if people got infected with COVID, and if it actually worked against the virus, and and then not just antibodies but other biochemical analysis we would do. So that was my role, and we would work long hours, sometimes into the night, very very early mornings, and we had loads of volunteers, thankfully. So we had a lot of samples to get through, and it was very tough to go through. But we designated different roles with each other to help streamline the process, get it faster. So yeah, my role was basically working on the laboratory side, and that was quite fun actually.
I mean, it's like a really different experience. So like, how did it change your perspective about medicine and
Yes,
public health?
yes. So with medicine and public health, I think a lot of people are very unaware of the sort of processes that go into finding new cures, new vaccines, new medication. And for me, working in the team made me realize how difficult it is and the sort of process behind everything. And I also realized that it's not just one group of people, it's people from different backgrounds. It's not just a scientific background. You need people from the financial, all of this sort of thing. And yeah, it opened my eyes to that, and I sort of appreciate the importance of thorough investigation into clinical work, because obviously there's a lot of risks involved and there's a lot of hard work involved, and this opened my eyes into what actually goes on to a lot of things.
I want to ask you some questions about Serbia.
Yes.
What's your favorite and most challenging thing studying medicine in Serbia?
I would say studying medicine in Serbia, obviously coming from England, the language is it's difficult, because obviously not everyone knows English, but surprisingly, before I came here, a lot of people actually do know English. So that was one of the issues I had. But obviously, as I said, the English is helped the fact that everyone is able to speak English. And, living away from my country, obviously Serbia is very, very different to England, as you can imagine. And same for in India as well.
Yeah.
Every country has the different things.
Yeah.
And like the lifestyle adjusting, not having my family and friends, and having to make new friends, and doing everything like I have to find out things myself. And that was quite tough. But I knew that once I settle in more, the first initial period was hard, but once you get into it, it becomes much more easier.
So like there's like a culture difference and difference between the people, like Balkans. How do you find them?
I find the Balkan people, from my experience, it's actually quite nice. They're very helpful, and they are actually quite easy and outgoing. Because where I'm from, we barely meet any people from the Balkans. We meet people from all around the world.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, from the Balkan region, especially the Serbia, Croatia area, Bosnian area, we don't really get to see many of them. So I find them very nice and very outgoing, and they're very helpful.
Yeah. And they're really fun, Like whenever I go to a event or anything, I just meet some Balkan people and they're just fun.
Yeah, they're like good party guys, right? Yeah,
They're definitely best people to party with, I think.
For sure, yeah. And they're very very outgoing,
Yeah.
You can enjoy yourselves with them.
Because I was in Ukraine before, I didn't find that comfortability. It takes a little bit time. You should get to know. But Balkans are brate, aide.
Yeah.
Then they just start partying. Then it's gonna be a memorable night.
Did you have any what did you think before? Did you think maybe there might be any issues, where you're from, and that might affect you?
No. Like when I came here, the way that Balkans talk to each other, they talk with a high pitched voice, right? Edemo, that
Yeah, that way they talk.
Yeah, the way they talk. It's actually maybe they're having a friendly conversation, but they look like they're gonna have a fight.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, okay. But then they start smiling, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like when you get when you get to know them, they're like the most friendly people. Like I think, and I look in whole Europe, I think they're the most friendliest people.
Yeah.
And like, I was in Ukraine, and I had to tell this.
Mm-hmm.
People say that Ukrainian girls are the best girls in the world, but I don't think Ukrainian girls.
You fall in love every time you go, like you turn around. Ah, wow. Yeah.
No, look, Balkan girls are the prettiest girls in the world, I think.
I have to say they're probably one of the most prettiest women in the
Yeah.
world, but they've got a very nice heart. They're very caring. I've
Yeah.
noticed, and they're very helpful.
And like every time I don't flirt with any girl, like look, we can have a really good time with them also.
Yeah.
Like they're funny.
Yeah,
And-
good friendship.
Yeah, and intellectual conversations also.
Yeah, I noticed Serbian girls are smart, especially in the faculty. They really know a lot of things.
Yeah, they're smart. They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty good girls.
Yes.
I need a Balkan wife, so like. Yeah.
Yeah, hit him in the DMs.
I know that you met Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. So obviously, with the vaccine being rolled out, there was a lot of media attention. I mean, we had media attention during the process. I was, for example, in a couple of documentaries. I was in a couple of documentaries about the vaccine. And then after the vaccine got introduced, and obviously the stats were coming out of how many people it saved, this very, very heartwarming, because obviously we worked really hard, and it's also affecting us personally, the lockdowns and stuff, and seeing a way out was amazing. And obviously that got media attention. So, and obviously naturally we were given awards. So one of the things I was invited to was the GQ Man of the Year Awards, and that's where I met Quentin Tarantino. So we went. It was a very prestigious place in London, and I actually can't remember the name. I always forget the name, but it was in central London, and celebrities from all over the world came because obviously it's GQ. And not gonna lie, they planned the trip, they planned the transport, they booked our hotels, very nice hotel, booked our transport. So we were on the red carpet, and we had there was loads of crowds. And bro, I'm just like a standard guy, and then obviously being amongst these people, I was just wow, I'm on the red carpet, people taking pictures of me. And I did a shoot for Boss as well, and and it was crazy. I was like, yo, this is insane. Is this what celebrities feel like? I can imagine celebrities getting a bit bored of it, and obviously it might be too much, because imagine just facing that attention again and again. You're like, okay. But obviously this is a completely different world to me.
Yeah.
So I was walking along the red carpet with a few a couple of my team members, and it was insane. And then I met a lot of people. I met people like Quentin Tarantino, a couple of famous footballers like Andrea Pirlo, and I met KSI, some people know, and some musicians.
KSI also.
KSI, yeah. Musicians like Burna Boy, Stormzy. And obviously in that world, you see people online and on the media, just you think they're different people, but actually talking to them and being around them, they're actually just like us, I feel sometimes people have this inferiority because maybe they're more successful, they're more rich, but deep down, humans are basically very similar. So when I was amongst these people, they were very, easygoing to talk to. They wanted to talk, to us. And so I met a few people. Some of them were nice. Actually, most of them were nice. I got a couple of pictures. Some of them weren't too nice. I won't say any names because obviously it's it's not nice to. But yeah, it was a good experience. And meeting Quentin Tarantino was one example. I was just like, wow, what am I doing here? Like, what actually am I doing here?
I mean, if I was there, I would have been like, I'll just go to coma.
Yeah, bro, I was like starstruck.
Yeah, man.
And like they were shaking hands, talking to us. You know, it was like a complete different experience because all the people at the event, they were just like high profile celebrities. And if you wanted to go as a normal person to the event, you would have to be very rich. And obviously, if you're very rich, you're going to be high profile in one way or another. So we were given like food. I had to do some interviews as well, which was crazy. And we actually had to go up to stage, and then this was broadcast to millions of people. And all in all, it was such a great experience. And it actually made me realize how big an achievement for me personally it was to be part of the vaccine team, the AstraZeneca vaccine team. And it made me also realize how many people how many lives were saved. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier, like I've always wanted to help people when I was younger, and this was a nice little introduction.
You're a gym person, right?
I guess so, yes.
How many times do you work out a week?
Before I was when I first started gym, I thought, you know the saying, quality over quantity. But before, I was more of a quantity guy, and I would try and go 5-6 times a week. But now I think I found a sweet spot is 4 times a week. For me, I like to train more. I know a lot of people that go to the gym, they want to stay fit and healthy, or they just want to build more muscle. For me, I feel like when I get older, I can't focus more on strength because obviously I'm gonna, the body, obviously. So right now, I find because I'm focusing more on like getting a bit stronger, I go 4 days a week, so then I have enough time to recover. Because I was experimenting, and I thought sometimes my body doesn't recover quick enough for some exercise, so that impacts my lifting. So
and as a medical student, like sleep cycle.
Sleep cycle, and obviously 4 days a week because of the studying as well, which is the main reason why I thought
4 is good because you can go alternative days.
I can decide, okay, if I want to go whichever days I want to go consecutively, I can do, and then it gives you a nice little period of time where we can do other stuff and study, for example, and go out.
How do you manage this gym routine in this hectic schedule? Because life of a medical student, it's
busy.
It's
For me, I've been consistently going to the gym after end of lockdown. Before I used to go on and off. I wasn't that serious. And after lockdown, I decided to go because I believe being strong is very important. Being healthy is very important because that gives an outward appearance. It also builds my confidence and things like that. So that's when I thought, okay, let me start going to the gym more regularly. And I think because over a long period of time I went so consistently, it's just a natural thing. Because obviously when people are new to the gym, it's hard to build that up. So for them it feels like a bit of a struggle, And for me, because I'm so used to it, it's part of my routine. It's like clockwork. I just do it. And I tell my friends that, like, oh, how can I go to the gym more often? I always tell them, like, if you go with someone, that will help you because you both keep each other accountable, and then this will mean that you can't slack. And then once you keep going to the gym, like with me, I kept going to the gym, and then it just became a habit. So I don't really think it impacts my my lifestyle, like the way I'm doing things daily. And but if there's exams, for example, that's when I'm a bit like I calm down a bit. Sometimes I miss a day or something, but I try and go as often as possible. And if I have an exam the day before, I don't go, regardless of my schedule.
So what kind of workouts do you do? Like, do you research on it, like on YouTube and stuff like that?
Yeah, I follow. Before I just did things, I just learned how to do exercises. But I don't know if you're a gym guy as well. You notice it's starting to become more sciencey. So I like to keep up with the information. Obviously, as doctors, things is good to see like the things that change and what you should be aware of. So I do research stuff, but like I said, I'm more like focusing on strength. So I always look at best ways to, that will help me get stronger. And I also like to look at videos where what people do, their workout plans. I've tried workout plans, and some of them I've liked, some of them, they've not been for me. But I also like to see what people do, so then I can, see what I'm improve on. So yeah, I have like a regular, like a, push-pull leg split. So I enjoy doing chest and shoulders more. So my 4-day routine, I do chest and shoulders more, for example. I do back and legs. So I try and put in the 3 main lifts, which is a squat, bench, and deadlift in my weekly schedule. And I also like to do shoulder press. I know some people, they're a bit like that, military press, standing shoulder press. I know some people are like, it can be a bit like, because it is a bit, you can get injured. It's not hard to get injured.
But the thing is, it's good for the.
Yeah, for me, like I always I go on YouTube to make sure I do everything correctly. I just like to enjoy. I just like lifting heavy shit. Like,
I'm military. I know the injury thing. I heard about it, but while working out, even I noticed it gives a different kind of pump, I think.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, doing the military press has definitely improved my physique and strength. And I know a lot of people don't like doing deadlifts, but it feels good to lift heavy shit off the floor.
Yeah. How much do you deadlift?
Last time I checked, it was 245 kgs. So I do have like some lifetime goals, One of my lifetime goals is hitting 300 on the deadlift. But the thing with gym as well, like genetics plays a big part. And I think I'm great. I'm thankful my genetics are good, but I don't know if it's that good. The 1%.
Yeah.
So that's one of my like lifetime goals, hitting 300. My squat one I'm close to. My squat is like 200. Like my squat goal is 200. I think I can achieve that within the next year or year and a half. Bench, like people say my chest is big, but it's not as strong as it should be. But I'm working on it. And
How much do you bench?
Bench, my max currently is about 120.
120.
But with like my experience, I think I should do more. But like, I just like to go to gym because it's fun. And
do you have a gym partner?
Yeah, at home I go with my cousin, and then over here I go with one of my friends. But the problem is, like I said, like it's hard to find someone that's willing to go consistently.
Yeah.
So over the years I've been trying to find someone, but obviously you can't force someone to go.
Yeah.
But unless they're willing, it's with anything. If someone doesn't have the will to do something, you can't force them to do it. So luckily I found my cousin who's willing to go, and he's close to where I live when I go back home in the UK. And here I go with someone in the faculty. He's a dentist student in 2nd year. So like he's like enjoys the gym. So with him it's good. And for me personally as well, if you go with someone, it keeps you accountable, and like you can push yourself. There's someone there to look out for you. For example, for the bench press, you need someone to like.
Yeah, and it's a healthy competition.
It's a healthy competition, yeah. And if you see someone else improve, you want to improve as well. Yeah.
Gym bros are the best.
Gym bros, and it's always the ones that look scary and like hella big. They're the nice guys.
Yeah.
So if you ever need any help and advice, just go to them, man.
Yeah.
Just like ask them. They'll be like, oh, okay, then and they'll show you how to do it.
Like, once I was in the gym, Synergy.
Yeah, that's a beautiful gym.
Yeah, it's spacious, and you can walk around, and
the sauna as well.
Yeah, sauna also. It's not crowded. That's why I like Synergy.
Yeah. For me, if it's too crowded, I like people in the gym, but I don't like if it's crowded.
Yeah. But Synergy can get crowded.
Yeah, I think I've been a few times when it was. Yeah.
But like if you go like early morning and all, it's like really good. Yeah. You can peacefully work out.
Find the sweet time. Yeah. To go.
and there was this one dude over there.
Uh-huh.
He was like, I don't know. He was doing bench press with all the 2020. It's like full. The
Wow.
thing is full.
Wow.
I don't know. I didn't even want to calculate the
Yeah,
weight.
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
fuck it.
Uh-huh.
I was like doing my. I was like 2 bars, and I'm just doing my shit like.
Uh-huh.
And then I woke up and just I saw this guy, and he's like. Then he
Like
get
sleeping.
yeah. He's so chill, and he just. Then I was like, I went to him, and I always get confused with the thing. You know that inclined bench press.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always like for the normal bench press, we bring the bar between the
Yeah,
chest
yeah,
and the
yeah.
abdomen.
Yeah.
So the other thing I kept forgetting, like like where should I bring the
Mm.
bar?
Yeah.
Like it's here, I think.
Yeah.
So
I have an idea. I think it doesn't like somewhere like here, like you said,
yeah,
is like ideal.
yeah. So like I didn't know the exact point, like,
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to do it wrong. So I was like, I just asked this guy, but I was feeling so scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you see someone
Yeah.
strong, you're like,
Then I went up to him. Then he was like, "Come, I'll show you."
oh,
Oh,
nice.
then he was like, he took a like whole online class for me.
Oh, it's got free teaching.
Free course.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, like we spent like 1 hour, but he was a cool dude.
Oh, really? Nice, man. He going through the science of
Yeah.
it. Damn, man. Yeah.
It's, and like even in gym, the girls, Serbian girls, they're like, I mean, they look pretty and stuff, but like more like one thing I look at them because is the dedication they put into the
Yeah,
thing.
because I've noticed, I think from where I've like back home, I don't think like I've noticed in Serbia, fitness and health is very
Yeah.
important to people, and you see the faces regularly.
Yeah.
Whereas back home, maybe back home for you in India, like
Yeah.
people, you don't see them. Like the being healthy is sometimes considered a secondary priority, you know. But here, I always see the same faces. Everyone's going, and everyone's, always fit
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it's nice to
So
see.
it's so inspiring.
Yeah, it's inspiring, bro.
Yeah, like Serbian gym is like the best gym, I think. If you go there, like when you look at people, then you will get the
Inspiration.
inspiration. You will see the direction.
Yeah. You see them doing it, you're like, okay, I need to do it too.
How's your diet? Like, what kind of food do you eat?
You see, bro, I knew you would come to this question.
Yeah.
Like, I like to do the gym part, but the hard part is what's after. What do they say? What, 30% is the gym and then 70% in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Thing with me, when I hate it because when I want to, right now I'm bulking, so as you can see,
Yeah.
and you know how it is. But but right now I try and aim for the protein target. I try and hit at least 100 grams of protein a day. It's tough, and eating as well. Like it's hard to make the food. I try and eat like a big portion. So like for pasta, I eat like 200 grams of pasta and whatever rubbish.
How much chicken do you eat?
How much I can eat?
How much chicken do you eat in a day?
What are we saying? 100 grams? 250, 200, I'd say. To be honest, I'm not strict. Maybe I should be strict, but it's too much effort doing all of this.
Yeah, man.
Especially with all the studying and stuff.
Like, do you eat eggs?
Yeah, I try and eat about 3 eggs. But some of my friends, they eat like 8 eggs a day. 8 eggs a meal, bro. Come on, man. What is this?
I try to eat 4, but like after a point, like like I feel like no, it's not working.
Yeah, bro. It's because obviously it's like a lot of protein trying to put it in. And but what I have with eggs is called I have scrambled eggs and the rotis. The roti?
Yeah, roti.
I just make that. One of my friends taught me this actually. It's easy. So I make some rotis and then some eggs and bang it in. But what I notice is that when I'm trying to bulk, I struggle to eat, which is crazy because you're like, obviously, everyone wants to eat food. Well, most people want to eat a lot of food, right? But when it hits that, I can't eat. But when I don't want to bulk, I'm eating a lot of food, man. What is this?
Yeah.
So like dieting is it's a bit of a bitch, but I try my best, and I mean going to the gym, healthy lifestyle. You shouldn't go too much and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just not fun.
Yeah. How much do you like? How many meals do you eat?
I eat 3 big meals a day. Like, it's too much effort. Like, my lifestyle isn't just gym. I have other stuff to do: study, meet friends, do other things, you know. So I try and eat 3 meals a day, and if not, then I try and eat like a big portion in one. Maybe I'll go out somewhere and get a big portion in. But yeah, it's tough. But you know, you have to do it if you
Yeah.
want to make it bigger.
Like
and
I
stuff.
try to make like I marinate my chicken. I just keep it in my fridge. I make my pancake batter, protein pancakes. I just keep it, and every day I eat the same thing.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. But at least you put seasoning on your chicken, man.
Yeah.
I've seen people eat like what plain boiled chicken, bro. Come on, man.
No.
And then people wonder like why they can't do it. Like, just put a bit of seasoning.
Yeah.
It's not gonna harm you.
Yeah, put some masala, tikka
So,
masala.
are you a spice guy?
No, not so much. But like I just put like a trace of it.
I thought you're Indian, man. You should be, you know.
No, like I stopped it a long while, like because when I like spicy, I'm like
You're crazy.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Like
I'm crazy about
I
spice,
like
yeah.
the that feeling, after you eat something spicy, then you drink a Coca-Cola or Pepsi. That feel, like
Yeah. But then I love spice. But if you go too spicy, you can't taste it.
yeah.
I actually have a story. Like, I had a competition with one of my friends back home. There's a joke that white people can't take spice. But he wasn't one of them guys. I'll tell you. Like, so he was like to me, bro, let's have a chili challenge. I was like, okay, bro, I'm gonna whoop your ass, bro. What's this? Then he was like, I'm gonna do the Carolina Reaper. I was like, bro, if any Reaper, Ghost, whatever, I'm gonna eat that. Like, no problem. I said this because I knew he's not gonna do it. And then tell me why in 2 days later he's like, bro, he just shows me a pack. I was like, what's this? At first I was like, drugs, but I was like, this is red. It's like just the world's hottest chili, and I was like, oh shit, we actually doing it. So we decided a date, and I was like, I was confident, but I was like, bro, I don't want to eat this, man. Like, but it is what it is, and I have to do my thing. I have to represent, the brown people.
Yeah.
So we set a date. So we had like so it was me and him on a table, and there was a crowd, about 12 of us or something, in a big kitchen, in a biggish kitchen, well, kitchen dining room thing. So everyone was watching, and it was crazy because I was getting nervous. This guy was just like, and I was like, fuck, man, I can't lose to him. So then we had like a bucket in case we vomit. And then we had milk, like a big carton of milk. One side, bucket here, one side, and a chili here, like only for both of us.
Yeah.
So first bite, I took it. I was like, it's not bad. But then over time, it was getting like, and then he was just like, and that like put me off. And I was like, that put me off. But then I saw his face. I was like, bruv. I can be stubborn,
Yeah.
I'm not a stubborn guy, but I can be stubborn, And then like slowly my eyes are turning red, and then my friends were like, Syed, you alright? And then you can see the sweat, and I'm like, yeah. And then it was like too much, bro. And then I was like, give me that. Then I opened it, and then my friend for some reason was trying to make some cereal or something. And then I took the milk out of his hand, and I was like, right, I'm going. So then my friend, he was like, cheering. He's Irish.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah. And then all my friends were like disappointed, like, bro, this all this talk and you can't do it. I lasted 6 minutes. But at the end of the night, I was the winner. Because I vomited, blood came out. It was hot. Blood came out, bro.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Blood came out. And then all my friends were like laughing at me, like, because I was dying in the bathroom, like, and then they like recorded me at my worst time, like, you have good friends when they record you at your worst time.
Yeah.
And but I won that night because I went to sleep nice. But my other friend, he was walking up and down the corridor like, and then going onto the floor like, save me, because he took a couple more because like, this is easy. And then I woke up and said, how are you, bro? He's like, I could hear him like going up and down the corridor, and I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, bro. It wasn't worth it, but
Yeah,
so,
that's a crazy story, man.
yeah. But it was nice. It was nice in the end, like
Yeah.
nice experience.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I love to eat spicy food, but like, I don't know, like, I like the correct amount of spice in the food.
Yeah.
Like,
You need spice to make
yeah,
the food, because I think people sometimes don't realize that it's not just about like the heat.
yeah,
It's spice gives taste.
Yeah.
I made stuff where I didn't put much spice
Yeah.
in, so it just starts tasting a bit sweet.
yeah.
Especially for
Yeah.
curries.
Because I know people who just put like Szechuan masala and like, I don't know, and Maggi masala
Yeah,
on
Maggi, yeah.
everything, every fucking thing. They just put it, and like, I don't do that shit.
Uh-huh.
That's weird.
Yeah, I go for my spices. My mum always taught me for like curries, and that's the one to go for me.
And like oil also, I just use like the less oil.
Yeah, because people don't realize that oil has a lot of calories in,
Yeah,
and then you could easily, cause you might be on a diet, but then if you don't calculate the oil, you'll be like, okay, that's why I'm gaining weight or not losing.
Are you eating like are you taking like extra virgin olive oils or like sunflower oil?
I know the Italians, they love their virgin, they love their, what's it, olive oil? Yes,
Yeah.
they love the olive oil, that's the word. But I just have this whatever oil, man. I'm a simple guy. It cooks my food, that's all I need.
Yeah. I tried to cook with the olive oil, but I don't know, there's something weird to the pan.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, I noticed my bank balance. Olive oil is expensive, man.
Yeah.
Especially here. Really, really expensive. But it's nice to like drizzle on top at the end.
There's a thing like, spray kind of a thing. You can spray it. That's good because then you can use like a
tiny amount.
Yeah.
I've never really, I should use it maybe.
Yeah.
But, I want to enjoy my food.
Yeah.
Maybe I can enjoy it with that. I've not tried, but.
Yeah. I make good butter chicken. One day I'll cook some butter chicken.
Bro, you have to, man. If you're saying you can cook good, you have to invite me.
Yeah, ask him.
Yeah, cameraman.
Next, we have a set of rapid fire questions. So you have to answer it really quick.
Damn, bro. Okay, I'm ready, man.
Are you ready?
Let's
Are
see.
you ready for this?
Am I ready? Let's see.
If you weren't studying medicine, what would you be studying?
Probably somewhere in finance. I'll be a finance bro.
Wolf
in
of
my
the Wall
suit.
Street.
Yeah, I will literally be the wolf of the Wall Street. The reason I actually thought about this on a train journey, I was like, do I make money or do I feel more fulfilled? That's why I've like, okay, let's go for medicine. So this is just a backstory. But if I didn't do medicine, I'll be making money in the finance industry.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think I would be doing.
What's the one book, movie, or quote that keeps you motivated?
I was gonna say Borat because it's funny, but nah, it's not gonna keep me motivated. Let's go Rocky. Overcome challenges.
Rocky, which one? Third one or fourth, I think.
Which one do you think is the best one?
The one where I don't remember which part. Apollo dies and Rocky takes the revenge.
Yeah, that's number
4, I think.
Okay,
Rocky 4.
then we go number 4 then.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's the best Rocky.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid and it came on TV, I just felt hella like, I've just felt this. As a kid, I was like, yo, what? Yeah. Let's go.
And there's one movie also, First Blood. Have you seen First Blood?
No.
Sylvester Stallone. Oh, that's something. That movie is something else.
To be honest, with films and stuff, I always forget. I see something like that's really good actually, and then I'm like, someone asks me, "Oh, what about it?" And I'm like 10 minutes after I've seen the film, I can't remember.
I remember everything about movies because I want to be a movie director. Even though I'll be a doctor, I want to be a movie director.
Yeah, it's
Also,
nice.
because
That's a
like I see a story in everyone. So like I think I can. It's a good way to spread message to people.
uh-huh.
I think, or educate people with entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, entertainment is a good way to
Yeah.
like get at people. So
Yeah.
I think you'd be a good director.
I
Would
have
you-
made short films.
Would you put me in like a long
Yeah.
film?
Yeah.
We can.
I'm
sort
I'm
that.
planning.
You guys
so,
see this?
Yeah. It's a deal over here. I'm making one in NoviSad, but the scripting is going on. We are working on it. So this is the last and final question for the rapid fire round. If you want to describe yourself in 3 words, what would it be?
3 words. Oh, okay. I'd probably say hardworking, ambitious, and caring. That's 3, yeah.
Yes, 3.
Oh, what they do in Serbia? This, right?
Yeah, no, they do like this. Yeah, it's like a Serbian thing.
Yeah.
If you do like this, they consider you as Americans.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's a Trinity, something to do with the Trinity or something like that.
I don't know. Like one of my friends, Stefan, he was like, when I was like, how many days do we have? I was like, 3 more days. Then he was like, you don't do that. I'm like, you do like this.
I do this.
Yeah, that's like the Indian.
I did this. What's up?
So, thank you so much for giving your precious time.
Nah, man, anything for you, bro. Anything for you.
I mean, like, we are having a hectic life. I know, like,
Yeah.
we have to be studying right now.
Bro, this guy's always studying, man. He needs to take it easy.
No, man. I don't study much. Like, I just read through and I just.
Do your shit.
Yeah, I cannot study. Like, I cannot study more than 2 hours. That's a different thing. We'll talk about it later. About the time.
Oh, my brother. Let's go.
I had an amazing time talking to
man.
you and you inspire me a lot.
And please tune in to this guy. He's got a lot of things coming up. And I really enjoyed this podcast and I hope you did too.
And take care, guys. And don't forget to have fun.
Like, comment, subscribe. On
TEL.